All right, we're back. Why does the camera look like that? Or is that just more I don't know why the it's like I'm not as saturated as normal. I'm not orange. I'm like normal brown. Why? I don't know. But we going to stick with this. All right, we can be a little bit louder cuz yeah, my roommates are gone now. And yeah, it's been like 2 hours since that last video where I was talking about the kid who was about to take advice. Because I had to spend like the last 2 hours trying to recover that video because I actually ran out of space near the end, which is why it kind of cut. So I lost that whole entire file. Had to figure out how to recover it. Untrunk. Thank you. If you ever needing it, search up something called UNTRUNC. On Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever. I've never used Linux. I've used Mac very little in my life, but it helped me. So hopefully, if you ever run into a messed up file, you can use that and get it back too. Because I was actually genuinely hurt. Because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to like fake that sorry. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be able to go through that sorry and have it as genuine as it was. So I'm very happy I was able to get that back. I literally just spent 2 hours not moving forward, not making the next video so that we could have that. I'm gonna speak a little bit faster just because we have a little bit less storage. And I'm not gonna lie, I was speaking a little bit lower and quieter because they were still here, and I'm not just gonna be loud speaking like crazy at around like 8, 9, 10 a.m. in the morning. You know what I mean? But to continue with that story, once again, yes, you can get advice from people from all walks of life, right? But you gotta step towards it with like a different kind of mind. And what I mean is, like, let's say I'm talking to like my old coworkers at Craftworks, right? A lot of them were either rehab, people from like rehab, or people coming straight out of jail, right? And you don't know this about people unless they tell you, right? So I'm just chopping it up with these people, genuinely getting to know them. And then some of them let me know, hey, this one guy lit up some dude's car, right? For a valid reason. I think I don't really know if there's ever really a valid reason to light up someone's car. Y'all let me know. But yeah, he did that. There was another one who, I forgot exactly what he did, but you could tell he was just younger. His whole family kind of put in money for him to come over to the US, and he ended up in prison. So it was like he was kind of dealing with that kind of mental kind of depression hole of like, I'm like nothing. I'm not doing anything. I'm lost. And this guy was maybe 24, 25 at the time, and I'm like 19, 20, just turning 20, and I'm one driving him home, right? He had asked if I could give him a lift. He was like, I can give you $20. I was like, where's it at? This thing was like 11 minutes away. I was like, I don't want to do this, right? Because we closed late. It was like 12, maybe even 1 at this time, but I still took him home. And he still ended up giving me like 20, even though I tried to like deny it. I think he ended up just like leaving it. And I saw it and I was like, God damn it. Or maybe he even just handed it off to me. But regardless, he was like very adamant about making sure he paid me. And maybe in his past he had dealt with people who kind of hold that above him. But yeah, like throughout that situation, I was more so letting him know, like, you're okay. The fact that you are kind of noticing this and taking account for what's going on, the fact that you know that you shouldn't have been doing it, and the fact that you're here trying to do something better is all that matters. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go back, you can't change anything. So looking at it as if you can is a waste of time. And I didn't really say all that. I more so kind of was like more supportive of him, letting him know, like, hey brother, me and you are both young. Like, I know you're 25, right? You're older than you were previously, but you're not old. And it's hilarious that I'm saying that to him while at the same time feeling the exact same way. I'm 4 or 5 years younger than him, telling myself I'm behind, telling myself I'm losing, telling myself I'm falling off track, which sometimes I was falling off track. but you're behind compared to who, right? Like, yes, am I behind where I should have been if I just kept moving forward? Yes. And I think that is one of the main things that I would think of. But once again, using that mindset, if you don't use it in a positive, productive way, it can very quickly and very easily become a negative and detrimental mindset, which is what I've seen and experienced. Another random thing that I meant to say way earlier on was Flex Ninja, someone I watch a lot, someone who inspired a lot of the Omen plays that I have, and someone who was introduced once again to me through my brother, right? It was someone my brother watched. And I saw his plays specifically on a map called Split, and I've actually recreated quite a lot of them because his plays are insane, and they just work at so many levels. And I remember one thing being not even his clips that stick with me, not even something like he was doing. It was one thing he was saying while talking about the rank grind, and he was saying it's very easy to lose yourself while trying to push for a higher rank. And at the time I was like, ain't no way. I was like, there's no way that the jump between Immortal 1 and Radiant is that big, or that big of a difference between like skill gaps, that you could like eventually like lose yourself or fall into like that state of like forever being there. I was like, not happening. Fast forward, it happened. And now I'm not going to say it happened because I genuinely tried the whole time and got stuck. I genuinely didn't. I just was always distracted, low discipline, this, that, and the other. I think that's pretty much most of the stuff. We went into kind of my biggest pitfall, which was a mixture of one, running into that girl who lied to me about her age, right? Because like that was the biggest time where I was telling myself I was done dating, right? I was like, we're gonna work on ourselves, and then bam, she hit me with the cleanest uppercut, man. I don't know how else to describe it. Of course, the girl I used to sing with, just that fuckery. Honestly, that's the only way to describe that. Telling a guy who clearly is interested in you, that you love him, all your friends know, your parents can easily tell, random people who don't even know us, who barely see us, who see us through one interaction, can easily tell. That was also a big pitfall. Allowing weed to be in my life, not saying no when I needed to say no, right? Like, let's say friends wanted me out, and I'm pretty good at saying no to like gatherings when I know I've got stuff to do. If I don't have anything to do and my friends are inviting me out, best believe your boy is coming. So if you've been inviting me and I haven't been showing up, best believe I'm either dealing with this. I just punched on my fault. I'm dealing with this, or just personal life, man. And I love my friends who I'm able to talk to after months of like no contact, and it's like nothing has changed. Those low maintenance friendships that truly don't change over the years because y'all understand y'all have lives. I love y'all genuinely. And yeah, first step is cleaning this room. This shit is crazy. It's disgusting. And I'll be the first to say it. But I needed to live in it. I needed to see what I was going through, man. Because it's very easy to say I'm fine, I'm okay, when you're not okay. And this is not okay. So I'm happy I let myself go through it, man. I cannot tell you how many of these that I've hit. Once again, please don't pick up pens. If you get one thing out of any of this, if you haven't touched weed yet, don't touch it. It's not going to add anything to your life. I promise you, man. Anything you have now will be better. Now, if you're dealing with like pains and stuff like that, who knows? Maybe that will help. But I'm sure if you keep looking, there's probably something else out there that's better and won't have any of the potential negative drawbacks that comes with weed. And I'll reiterate them once again real quick for y'all. For me, weed brought me down in ways through lust, bad hygiene, discipline. It dropped my discipline, and it also kind of made some relationships really weird. Whether it be I'm thinking this kid is trying to get under my skin more than normal, right? We might flame each other all day. Today, for some reason, I'm trying to look deep within the meaning of his flame, right? When it probably meant nothing. You know what I mean? or me having a straight normal conversation with a girl, but because I'm thinking about my peak as far as like how good my face would look at some points, how well my teeth were kept, right, the way my hair would look, yada yada yada. All this I'm thinking about while Shorty is first time meeting me, genuinely having a good conversation with me. I'm over here being negative to myself, already kind of crossing myself out in my eyes for them, and it just made so many situations just awkward, genuinely. Um, yeah, and I miss streaming. I'm a competitive spirit, man. So it's good to finally be back. First things first, though, um, is oh, real quick, the kid. So he was pretty much asking. He was struggling with and once again, no cuts, right? we're just keeping this natural and Loki as if it was just like a stream, man. Um, the kid, he was basically dealing with female problems already, like at an early age, right? And I love my ladies. One thing I don't want any of y'all to get out of this, that like I hate girls. I don't. Um, I hate people who lie. If I'm being honest, people who just aren't genuine. That's what I hate, and I've found myself falling into the same hole um, because I just didn't stay true to myself. So yeah, the main thing that he was kind of trying to ask was what he should do. Pretty much, he was asking me. He was like, Ty, this girl, I think it was a girl, and like I think there were like two girls or whatever who were like interested in him or something. He was like, what should I do? Um, Pretty much just stressing, right? Stressing over some girls who are interested in him. And I was like, look, Brody. Um, and like immediately, like the two, my friend, my one of my best friends and his best friend, he's like, yeah, just go for her or whatever. Like, go for other girls or whatever. Just fuck boy advice they were giving the kid. And to me, right, knowing what both of them are going through, knowing that both of them have dealt with hella girls, right? Knowing that both of them do not really respect women, if I'm keeping it 1,000, um, just because of what they've gone through, right? Like I'm not gonna go into it with either of them, but like they be hoeing with the girls. I'm not gonna lie, right? Um, I know y'all like to call boys men or like a man hoe. They'd be the perfect examples of those. And it's funny because I always tell my friend, I'm like, bro, I've got like one more in me, one more love, one more heartbreak before I'm hopping on that path with y'all. And it's like each time I get so close to it, I'm just like, nah, because I love too hard, man. And I just know that a true relationship, would just it's just way better than falling down and giving up on love. It's just your boy's not doing it. um yeah. But yeah, I pretty much told the kid, I was like, look, I was like, no matter what, I was like, don't listen to these kids. I was like, I love these boys, but I was like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna put up a front in front of you. I was like, Aiden, or I was like, Caden, I love you, my boy. And this kid is like easily like 6, 7. Oh my god, I hate myself. He's like maybe 7, 8 years younger than me. Right. So I genuinely see this kid as like a little brother. No weird shit. Um, right. So when they're telling him that, and I'm seeing them kind of give him advice from more of an ego standpoint rather than just a genuine like, hey, look, do this, and no matter what, it'll set you up perfectly, regardless of what the girls, or I mean, if you're interested in a guy, I don't know, we don't judge. Regardless of who you're interested in, whether they kind of reciprocate or not is up to them. Of course, continue being you. And yeah, I kind of gave him that advice. I was like, look, I'll be honest, I haven't done anything crazy like these two have. They're way more sexually like active than way more sexually active than me. But I was like, but that, even though a lot of people look at that in a positive light, we see the negatives that shit is doing to us daily, whether it be leaving women with children who they got to take care of. Now that children grows up and now they're living a life based on what they dealt with, you know what I mean? Growing up without a father, now they feel like the world is this way simply because some kid couldn't keep his dick in his pants, and actually spend time with a girl, create a relationship with this girl, and then raise a family with this girl. Um, so yeah, I pretty much was just trying to let him know, like, hey, look, you look up to me, and even though I'm dealing with kind of like some things in the in like the dark, which I wasn't really like letting him know, because I just kind of wanted to tell him what I already knew deep down, which is just keep going forward, right? At the end of the day, just keep moving forward, regardless of if these girls like you, regardless of if they don't. Just keep moving forward, and at the end of the day, you will win, my boy. Um, and that was pretty much it, man. Um, like as soon as I kind of gave that kind of mindset, my friend immediately he like kind of like dropped the ego and was like, well, wait. And I was like, nah. I was like, stay in your corner. But I was like, nah. I was like, he's now locked in. I was like, the advice he gives you now is probably something you can listen to. And his friend pretty much followed as well. And that's why, in all honesty, I've always never had problems um, with that specific friend of his until me and my best friend had a true problem. And I could go into that because that genuinely hurt me too. Because that was a big problem with the girl who lied to me about her age. One thing she did, and I don't know if I mentioned it previously, but I'll say it again real quick. One thing she did do to try to see if I actually liked her. Oh yeah, this was one of the moments my mind like low key fogged up. One of the ways she tried to see if I liked her truly, right? Because she could tell that I was kind of distant, right? When I saw her big body, I was like, God fucking damn it. I was like, how did I fall in love with her? Which is it's such a fucked up mindset to have. Somewhat, right? Like you got to take care of yourself if you want someone to love you in a sense. You know what I mean? You can't just fully let yourself go in all facets. And she didn't, right? She had a pretty face, pretty eyes, took care of her hair. So those were definite pluses that I let her know all the time. She had a big nose, big forehead, and I always told her. I found those things cute. And they're very easy little things to tease a girl about, especially if you know she actually feels bad about those things. It's like, hey, keep your head up. You know what I mean? It's more like, and I know it could be like it could work against me at times, and sometimes it has, but in most cases, it's done my goal, which is putting a smile on their face. But shit, don't lose the train of thought. Pretty much, she. So yeah, my best friend didn't know about her, right? Like I'm just chopping it up with her, and I used to be the type where it's like whenever I'd get a new girl, I'd go talk to my friends or show my friends, or I'd tell this person or tell that person. But I just realized some things about it, right? Like you tell this person and now they're just overly in it. They're trying to dictate what you're saying, or they're trying to influence the things you say. Or this person finds your girl cute, and now they're following her. Like I've got a specific friend that I need to talk to. There's too many situations looking back where I'm like, okay, look, I understand that you shouldn't drop a friend for a girl, but if that same friend is interested in every single girl you talk to, what's going on here? You know what I mean? What's really going on here? We gotta get down to the center of this. And if this friend thinks that I'm like the type who shares my girl, I'm not. I'm so sorry. I'm very territorial of what's mine. And now that's not like in a controlling way or anything, but it's just like, if this is mine, it's mine. You know what I mean? Like, let us be over here. You go find yours. But yeah, that's a situation I'm gonna have to deal with on my own. And it's either gonna come with that friend accepting my terms or getting cut off. There's no in between. Yeah, because it's ridiculous at this point. Yeah, because that's a snake, if I'm being honest. But yeah, like I asked this kid. I was like, yo, you want to meet this girl I've been talking to? Right? Because he's, once again, this kid's my duo. So I'm like, one of my duos, right? So I'm like, boom, a. And this and yeah, this needs to be talked about, because this is one of the biggest things I fought with, because it was almost like letting go of someone. It was like letting go of a genuine little brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was, I had to kill any part of myself that had love for him. Um, I was that confused and that hurt. But yeah, so I on stream, right, chopping it up with my friend, with the girl. And I'm like, hey, look, I'm like, girl, this is my best friend. Friend, this is the girl I've been talking to. I'm about to let y'all meet each other in like a day or two, all in call. That way we can all, chop it up and get to know each other. Boom. They're like, all right, bet, bet, bet. Boom. I leave, go to work. And I look back at my Discord, like as I'm on my way there, or like as I get to work, a few hours pass or whatever. And I see they're in a call together. I'm like, fuck. Boom. So I think I sent like my friend a message or something. I don't know. I was like, what? And then yada yada. I come back, get off work, right? Full like 6-7 hour shift has passed. Boom. They're still in Discord together. So I'm like, this friend talks to a lot of girls, right? So the only reason I can see him talking to this specific girl for a long time is if he's enjoying her company and the time he's spending together. And for me, I know it's very easy to talk to this girl. She's very easy to be friends with. It was just free, honestly. Like very, very talk, a very, very easy spirit to get to talk to. So I'm coming home and I'm like, how do I say this, right? Like, I'm like, I don't want to hop in and just go crazy, right? Because I don't know what's happening. I have a lot of feelings currently in my head. One main prevalent feeling being, why are y'all two in a call together if we all just said we were going to be meeting each other that day? You know what I mean? If I said, as the main person of y'all two, right, I'm your best friend and I'm the guy she's talking to, why are you two going behind me, you know what I mean, to make things happen, right? So what I ended up figuring out was this whole time, and in all honesty, I believe this, right? I know this part was true. They go on to let me know that like the whole time, shorty, one, because she could tell that I kind of wasn't very happy about her body. She ended up asking my friend, like, does he really like me? Does he talk about me? This, that, and the other. Genuinely asking about me. Did that happen the whole entire time? Nah, I'd be a dumbass to truly believe that any single conversation was always and only about me, right? I'm sure they asked things, joked, laughed, whatever. And it's in those moments where you got to be careful. It's very easy for you to fall in love with a girl before you even know it, right? You could just be talking to her, and then bam, all of a sudden, I love this girl, right? This same friend, right? This same hoe friend. It was amazing. I watched him go from like meeting a girl, right, who he just randomly met at the beach, to it becoming a girl who I could tell bro was in love with. And I was so happy for him, because I was like, yes, thank you. Hopefully this brings him out of his whole ways of going after every damn girl I see. Cause like even I remember I would bring this kid to parties and be like, look, this is the girl I'm going after. These are the girls that no one's really going after. If you want to go for them. And this kid would just go for other girls. And look, I truly understand if a girl is going, she's going. Period. That doesn't mean your friend should be helping her or encouraging her to go, because that's just weird. You know what I mean? Like, her going, she's going to go regardless. Whether your friend encourages it or another guy encourages it, she's going to go. So that just happening just helps you out. Cool. But it shouldn't be the friend in every situation encouraging it. You know what I mean? For each of these girls, or yeah, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just grimy. Yeah, it's grimy, man. And I think the worst things I ever did to this kid maybe was yoink his level 10 pickaxe on like a Minecraft timeless server, because I think he kept spamming me. I forgot what he was doing. He was annoying the shit out of me. So I like logged onto his account and just yeeted it into spawn. It was like a level 10 pickaxe or whatever. He was always trying to compete and be like ahead of me, so I was like, all right, bet, say goodbye to your head start. Because he would like compete with me while also like getting hella handouts from like the higher ups, because he just would be linked up and locked in with them. So I would just like, fuck out of here, toss that, boom. And then other than that, I think the only other thing I've really done was this kid annoyed me at my house. Back when we were way younger, but like that, even as I look and try to see like that wouldn't really be a reason to do it. So yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people say people are dogs, right? A specific group of people are dogs. And I can see, but I don't know. But yeah, a talk definitely needs to be had with this person, because if his mindset truly feels that the things and the actions that he's been taking don't have any weirdness or aren't a clear violation of the bro code in all forms, then hey, I don't know what it is. I love you, Brody. I've spent so much time with you, man. But if you can't even be disciplined enough not to go for your bro's girl, then that's just weird. Like, I don't care if the girl's going to cheat, right? I've been cheated on. Getting cheated on doesn't affect me at all. It's more so like the time wasted that hurts me genuinely. I've gone way past the point of like trying to figure out what I'm lacking when someone else cheats. Way past that. But yeah, so that's more so kind of letting y'all know what things I gotta do. So wish me luck on that. That's gonna be a painful and a rough conversation. And I'm very, very happy that he's now able to protect himself in more or less words. But that's not gonna change my mindset on anything. You know what I mean? I've been raised by something much stronger, so I'm not really worried about speaking my mind in a respectful, honest way, even if that comes with cutting someone off. And like I said, I love the kid dearly, so it's gonna be a painful conversation where you either accept the bro code or you get dropped off the bro list. And hey, it is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's really all I've wanted to get off my mind. Because yeah, that situation, them pretty much to kind of wrap it up, I hop in, I'm like, hey, look, I tell him, I'm like, look, I should never feel like the third wheel here. I shouldn't be coming in and being like, hi. I was like, there should always be transparency. I was like, if she was asking you those things, you should just immediately been telling me she was trying to play with you. You should have immediately been like, hey, Brody, what is your girl doing? And who knows, there's another side. There's truly another side, right? Like I like to really give people the benefit of the doubt. And I'm truly hoping that he was actually trying to dig up some dirt on Shorty so that if there was any kind of weirdness there, then he could give it to me. And that's what I'm gonna go with. Because once again, this kid's got like one more chance. I found out that he's randomly following the girl who I went to karaoke with and was seeing and was dealing with all those like in-person things, and this girl has never met this kid in person. This girl doesn't follow him, and this kid has only known about this girl through me and heard about her through me. Shawty's gorgeous, so I can understand if she popped up on his For You page and he saw the badonkadonks bouncing, whatever, cool. I can understand how pretty girl, he sees her, follows, whatever. But that correlation and then knowing everything you know from before, and it's just like, bro, what the fuck is going on, man? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, but pretty much with that situation, I just came in, let him know like, hey, look, that shit's wrong, and this is how I feel. It feels like y'all have pretty much connected without me, which in a way they did, right? Laughs gone without me. Maybe weird, awkward moments where they're trying to figure out different personalities, right? Maybe one got mad when the other one wasn't trying to make them mad, right? So you gotta navigate through that, right? And all those things should be happening while I'm there. Not to say that they're trying to go further, but they just should be happening while I'm there. You know what I mean? Because there should be, in my mind, as a guy, this is how I look at my guys' girlfriends, right? Like my boy E, he has a girl. I don't see her as my friend. This girl genuinely has like mother vibes, right? I remember being drunk as hell and her saying the kindest words to me on the couch, where she was like, Ty, pretty much just remember your worth. You know what I mean? Because she saw her friend doing some fucked up shit. And she was like, Ty, remember your worth. And for that, genuinely, thank you. But that still doesn't mean I'm your friend. And it doesn't mean I want to get to know you. It also doesn't mean I'm going to treat you weird, right? Like when I go to the house, we're locked in, I'm talking to my friend, I see her, I reluctantly give her a hug, more so because it's what she reaches out for, and I'm not about to make a weird situation, so I give like the side hug. My boy, I'm giving him a, you know what I mean? That's a brother right there. And stuff like that. Yeah, you just there's different things with the bro code that I feel like when you have a father, it's just maybe naturally instilled in you. And one thing I kind of tried to wrap back around in the conversation was maybe we just have different mental views and outlooks on how we operate around our brothers, girls. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, and in trying to like show them that like a dad can be a very good bro code buffer, right? Like it strengthens your bro code and the way you act. And of course you can have no dad and still operate under the bro code, or be way more disciplined, et cetera, than guys who have grown up with a dad. But I've realized that a lot of the like more feminine traits do end up coming out from this specific friend when I'm dealing with him in like a problem solving matter. He's more erratic, more emotional, more just reactive. And I'm sure it's probably changed now that he's gone through what he's gone through. But yeah, I pretty much let him know, and I was like, hey, look, I pretty much dropped him for like a good month, but then we ended up coming back together just because it's like we spent so much time together. And he kind of at that, like, I mean, even before like kind of falling off, because I just needed space away from all of that. He still kind of was like, even though he disagrees and on his side, he wasn't trying anything, right? Which I do believe. He was like, he does see my point. And I was like, on the flip side, let's say I was struggling with girls, right? I've never struggled to talk to girls. I just haven't. When I like stop overthinking, it's I've never struggled. Because y'all are people too. You know what I mean? It's that simple. And I just lost my fucking train of thought. Where was I going with that? I don't even know. But pretty much, I let him know. I was like, look, I'm gonna trust you because I love you, Brody. But just don't do that again, man. Like there's so many fish out in the sea, and there's so many better ways to go about that than doing it while I'm not there and pretty much learning about Shorty while I'm not there. You know what I mean? Now, did I then take actions because I was salty from that situation, et cetera, that didn't really make that go the best way possible? Yes. So I'll take accountability fully on that. And even what pissed me off more, last thing about this, was she was way more understanding, right? Like I immediately was like, look, because she was like, no, it's not that serious. I was like, all right, bet. All right, bet. Since you are failing to understand this, let's flip it. I was like, take your friend and meet. I was like, imagine you came home from school, tired, whatever. You're ready to play with me. You hop on to the game. You hop on Discord, and you're about to join the call, but you see me chopping it up with your best friend, right? You know this call has been going on for 8 hours, how would you honestly feel? I was like, tell me everything that would honestly go through your mind, right? And she didn't even try to dodge it. She was like, okay, you're right. I would not really be okay with that, right? And I was like, perfect. I was like, I don't even give a fuck about your reason. I was like, the reason doesn't matter. We feel the exact same way, so don't do it. And I mean, it was that simple. I was like, I wouldn't do this shit to you, so don't do it to me. And she was like, you know what? That's absolutely fair. I would be mad. And of course, I re-wrapped back around, and I was like, look, I understand that the way that the amount of like attention I was giving you wasn't enough. But like, that's just not the way to go about it. You know what I mean? That's just not the way to go about it. And her suspicions were absolutely right. Was I not very happy with her smile? Potentially, she didn't ever show it. She hated it herself, so I don't know. With her weight, yes, I wasn't happy with that. I was, I'll be honest, I was disgusted with it. You know what I mean? Like if I was to try to date anyone like I am right now, you'd be fair to be disgusted. You know what I mean? Because it's like trying to date a bum. That's what this is. This is bumming around. But yeah, so I just let her know. I was like, look, there's better ways to go about it. But I was like, I'm gonna believe y'all. I was like, as much as I hate the situation, you know what I mean? As much as I hate having to think about, you know, all the past situations and using those as like genuine experience, and just kind of saying, you know what, ignore those. It was rough. Struggled to eat for a bit. Struggled to care about anything for a while. And that's my fault, because I shouldn't have ever let any of that have that big of an effect on me. So that's on me. And yeah, being depressed is real. Mental health is real. But allowing yourself to soak in it is not okay. Allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to understand. But genuinely talk to yourself. Write things down. Figure out why you're doing things. Try to figure out what's causing you to keep coming back to this, and actually identify those things, and then go deeper. Once you figure out those things, go deeper and continue. And I'm gonna try to do the same. So yeah, first things first. I'm hungry as heck. I haven't eaten anything. We're gonna go make ourselves probably a little smoothie, just so it's not heavy. That way we can keep moving around. As well as we got some teeth work done. I got like a root canal over here, and then some filling over here. Once again, your boy let himself go. We have nice teeth, a nice set of racks, and I let him go. You know what I mean? A privilege that I stopped caring about because of this. So take care of yourself. Any young guys who made it through this, or if you skipped through, I hope if anything, you get 3 things maybe out of this. 1, take care of your family. 2, keep moving forward. Don't forget why you stopped, or why you started, sorry. 3, keep God with you. That's about it. Take care of your family. Keep moving and keep God with you. That's really all. And a 4th, don't touch weed, man. If you can, don't touch weed. Leave drugs. I know it's cliche. I know it's corny. Leave drugs alone. Honestly, I think that's it. Low-key ready to start this shit, bro. Yo, some of you Valorant players are shit. I'm coming for that rank. All right, let's get it.